We just got our spaceship, and we actually are in space now. So now we get to decide where we want to go. So this should be interesting. So we completely finished all the quests in oh, what was the name of that place? Can't remember. The first little world we landed on. What we're supposed to go do is find a black market girl and get a landing pass to a place at some point. Oh god, here we go with this. Why does it do this? I fixed this yesterday. And I thought going into, let me turn vertical sync off. I thought going into Windows fixed it. But apparently it didn't. Yeah, I might have fixed it. Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Usually it like gets better the longer we play. But yeah, hopefully it does. Anyway, there's Captain's quarters. We already read that.
For your regular daily period of unconsciousness.
Is it? Should we sleep? No, we're not gonna sleep. There's no reason to sleep. Resting in a bed is relaxing and moves your time forward. In supernova difficulty, you can only rest in your bed on your ship. Alright, well. Doesn't really give us any other benefits, it doesn't seem. What is in here? What is this?
We'll be here, Captain.
Transition to Edgewater landing pad.
Just a little joke for you.
Oh, that's oh, that's the door. Of course. Yeah, how do we transition to the landing pad? We're literally in space. Well, it doesn't matter. The unreliable navigation terminal. Oh, wow, there's actually quite a few places to go. Interesting. Where do we want to go? That's locked. Can't go there. Celia. Terra 2. Venus Lab. AG-332 Terra 2 is an idyllic terrestrial planet. Halcyon's wealthiest elite live in its capital city, Byzantium, while the colony's laborers live in corporate-owned townships along the frontier. So let's see what all this is. Venus Lab, the abandoned asteroid facility located in the rings of Terra 2, repurposed into the experimental laboratory, living quarters, and hideout of Phineas Vernon Wells. GroundBreaker independent orbital station in the remains of Halcyon's first colony ship, captained by Julia Tennyson, which is where we need to go actually, and run by descendants of the original crew. Typhon, an uninhabitable icy planetoid at the edge of the Halcyon system. Typhon has nothing to offer the Halcyon colony, so we actually may not be able to go there anyways. Hephaestus, closest planet to the sun, the Hephaestus Mining Company was first to establish outposts here, and as such, it has claimed the planet for itself. What is this? There's nothing there. Celia. Celia is one of the largest asteroids orbiting Halcyon, the largest in a grouping of rocks known as the Charybdis cluster. Hephaestus Mining once claimed the asteroid, but its prospecting site was abandoned decades ago. What else? Tartarus. Named after its hellish atmosphere, Tartarus is where the Board Mountains, the maximum security penal complex known as the Labyrinth. Olympus, the largest of Halcyon's two Jovian gas giants, perpetual storms rack the planet's atmosphere, rendering it uninhabitable. Radanos, Halcyon's second Jovian gas giant, its atmosphere is rich with hydrogen, helium, and various noble gases. Distillation plants in the atmosphere harvest these gases for energy. And Monarch. Monarch, one of Olympus's many satellites, what have been Halcyon's second habitable world, has long since been abandoned by the board due to monstrous, ravenous creatures. It looks like we can only really go to Celia, Terra 2, which we've already been to. Looks like we're orbiting that now. Phineas Lab and a GroundBreaker. Let's go to the Groundbreaker. That's our active quest. We might as well.
Yes.
Okay. Spacer's Choice Travel Advisory. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planet. Wow, this is a little bit delayed, huh? Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
There it is. We got a better view of it. Shoot, trying to figure out a way that I can get a picture. Oh well.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thank you,
How
Ada.
can I be of assistance?
Let's see. Know anything about the autumn mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I checked it, but I didn't see nothing about it. I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice
Of course.
advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Tell me a joke.
Two atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive."
That's pretty good. I'm gonna use that sometime. That's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
You got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
Yeah, I did get PUBG installed. Actually, it's installed on one of my PCs. It's not installed on the other. It is installed though. Yeah, sure did. I didn't know you was on this morning. You got to send me a friend request on Steam. I mean, maybe you did and I didn't see it. I'm not sure. I'd have jumped on with you if I'd known. It's okay. I'm on vacation all week, so I'll have plenty of time. And we'll play it at some point today. I am going to watch the Indy 500 when it comes on, of course. That's like the best race of the day, so... When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Oh, how sweet. What about your last captain? Do you miss him? Or is one captain the same as another?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Okay, I don't know what it feels like to have a power surge, but alright. I will. I'll add you as soon as I'm done with this. Have there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Talk about something else.
How can can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Ooh, what do we want to learn about? Let's learn about the Breaker.
We're cleared to dock with the GroundBreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please
Yeah.
be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Yes, sir, that is my name, pretty much on everything. If we're going there, please be sure to blah, blah, blah. Okay. You take care of that forest, or you can take care of that forest, right? Let's see. Well, give me the spill on the Groundbreaker.
The GroundBreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the GroundBreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
So you've mentioned already. What's up, Snyder? How did, I didn't go, no, because there was like a 70% chance of rain, and I didn't want to, Sobo is about an hour and 15 minutes from here, so I didn't want to drive that far and end up getting rained out. How was your race? Y'all have a good time, hopefully? You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes.
Good.
Let me
Do it.
add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Thanks. Oh, and do it without the lip.
Order does not compute. Nevertheless, I will endeavor to execute my current and future tasks without lip.
Such good writing. I want to ask about something else. Or somewhere. No, I don't really care about nowhere else right now. Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
Oh, so you actually raced last night. Awesome. I thought you were just going to watch. Talk to you later. Uh-oh. Hold on. Having to use my phone to see chat. Hey, well, that's good, man. At least you wasn't last. Every time I raced in real life, I never did finish last, not once. But I was never fast enough to run with anybody either, like the leaders, so. That's awesome, though. Make sure you take plenty of pictures and video. I think I mentioned that before. Alright, so we need to dock. Let's look at our skill points real fast. See, how do I do this? So long. Why am permanent concussion? Oh, dear. Advanced defensive armor. Okay. Man, we got a lot of, like, bad points on this stuff. That concussion was probably not a great idea, because it made us dumb as a brick. Let's see if we can bump up some of this stuff. We'll go. Do I not have anything to put anything into? What's available, 10? Yeah, I do. Why can I not? There we go. Put some into this. Up it a little bit. And then we'll put some into stealth since we're... And then the rest into melee. Just because we're losing points on that and we can't get them back with the concussion. Go to car, gonna get it painted this week. And I'm calling a lady I know for numbers. Nice, man. Yeah, make sure you take pictures. Go back. Apply. Alright, let's see. Perks. Oh, that's right. We had... What was the one I didn't want to do yesterday because... Can't remember. Let's increase carrying capacity. That seems like a good one to do. Well, we can upgrade this person, I guess. Does he have anything? 19 DPS. He doesn't really have anything that we need to mess with, I don't think. Ran 6 last week and 8 this week. Gonna change up the tire setup and see what happens. Also need different gears because I don't even turn 4K. Is there anybody that streams that track you run at?
Let's talk when you're free.
Compass. Alright, Pravetti. I guess we're going out here to dock with a groundbreaker. Party selection. This is kind of like Mass Effect, I guess. So we'll take Vicar Max. Why not? Can I take both of them? I can. Okay. Yeah, we'll take both of you then. Okay, cool. What track was it? I'll have to go in there later today and watch you race. Alright, here we are. New place.
Hey, Cap. Can we talk?
Sure.
Hey, Captain. I heard that GroundBreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
Oh, that'll be nice, man. What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean.
Sure.
I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borscht and beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
You can keep your Borscht and beans. Sure, we can go head over to engineering now. I thought you said you could keep this boat in good repair. Or asking to leave my crew and join hers. I don't think I'd be much help, but yeah, sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about anything else before we moved on?
Do you have anything else to talk about? No, you don't. Yeah, man, I'll check it out today at some point if I remember. What about you, Vicar?
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time.
Of course.
While we're on the groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
Well, what do we need a translator for? You know somebody who can read the book? Oh, the book. That's right. I forget.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakono. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay, it sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Hello, crew manifest. Help us track down your scholar friend. Well, of course. That's obvious, is it not? How is it simple? How is it that simple? How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but alright. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? Obviously we know how, but I like getting all the dialogue.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome. We had a lot of talking in this episode, I feel. 50 horsepower and 323 gears. Gonna put 225 50s on it. Been running 235 75s, and I'm hoping the smaller tire will help. But I gotta find some that aren't $160. Yeah. Are you what do you need? Do you need it to rotate better, or is it rotating too much?
Captain. Hey, Captain.
What?
I'm in space.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Who are you?
Just
Jane.
checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to GroundBreaker, by the by.
Thanks.
Don't mind the heat. Got a few days.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers. Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
Guess you heard
I
that.
don't have time for this. I need a drink.
What about you? Can I talk to you?
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Maybe. I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Almost like you wanted to get arrested.
Yeah, because I knocked my foreman out with a tossball stick. But, to be fair, I wasn't the one who started it. The guy was insulting my Rizzo's Rangers. Look, if it's a crime to defend your favorite tossball team against slander and calumny, well then lock me right up.
Yeah, that smaller tower will rotate faster, but depending on where you put it, it could make you push more, which is going to limit your speed. I mean, you want a larger... Usually you want more stagger on the right-hand side, that way it rotates better, but if you get too much stagger on the right-hand side, it's going to rotate too much. So you have to find a good balance in between. Man, I was reading what you put and didn't even listen to him. It's a crime to defend your favorite tossball team against slander and calumny. Well, didn't lock me right up. Yeah, okay. Okay, slow down. So, what exactly did you do?
Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Okay, and that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah.
Of course.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
What does this do, I wonder? Seems like you're better off on your own. You're just lucky you're not serving a sentence. We're gonna be able to take him, I believe. Got any plans? That's such a weird question to ask somebody you just met.
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do.
You want to join the crew?
Hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Who wants to know? That's me, Captain of the Unreliable. Yeah, here we go. Why do you ask?
Oh, just musing is all. Must be nice having the run of the colony. Never being anchored to one place, always chasing some horizon. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
It's alright. Never caught your name. You in a hurry to get somewhere? Yeah, you in a hurry to get somewhere?
Oh, not at all. Just, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. I think you'll be okay running those. That's what you gotta do, man. If it don't work, you just gotta try things until you find something.
Going for a stroll around
Okay, I can't talk to him anymore. Maybe I think he was gonna ask me to maybe join the crew, but gosh, I don't know who and all I need to talk to. There's so many people.
It's always fucking freezing in the bays.
Language.
It's always fucking freezing in the bays.
That's all I heard.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
Oh, who's this person? Mardette?
Move along.
Okay. Steve Door?
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Alright, well, none of you guys really say anything worth anything, so... all this stuff we can't take because it would be stealing. Alright, well, let's go explore, up in here. This is like a... yeah, customs. There we go. Let's go to customs. Oh, we got vending machines.
Right this way.
Okay.
Identification, please.
New shocks all the way around, so the 30 laps I ran last week were different from the 45 I ran this week. That's something I never really got, was how to adjust shocks. Like, I don't know. I really would like to read up sometime, like do some really thorough research on how to set up cars, because I know a little bit. I know how to set up stagger. And, excuse me, I know how to set up stagger and do, like, minor little adjustments here and there, but but shocks and throwing weight around and all that other stuff, like, I know what it does, but I don't know how to adjust it. Identification, please. Present Hawthorne's ID. Here you go. My name is Mark. It's my first time here. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I don't have an ID. What happens then? Let's see what this says.
Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot.
That didn't answer my question. What if I told you I'm a newly thawed colonist from the Hope?
I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move along.
It's a good thing he didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right.
That's right. My name's Mark. It's my first time here.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited GroundBreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space!
Well, welcome to GroundBreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Great. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on GroundBreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Well, I didn't, but someone did. It's probably not a mistake. Great. I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
I don't know you, but sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
For shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
3 big setups in 3 weeks. You're going about it the right way. Hopefully you hit on something pretty soon. I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
I'm looking for a drink. Let's see. Can I find a job around here? Sure, we'll ask. Why not?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through GroundBreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
All right, buddy. Thanks for hanging out, man.
I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
What a weird thing to say, Pravati. All right, how about something long-term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on GroundBreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
Makes sense. How does Halcyon Holdings work anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
No. That thing I told you about being a colonist from the Hope, completely true.
You got a funny sense of humor, friend. Can't say I much get it, but I admire your commitment to the bit. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
Okay. The board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. GroundBreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
How does the GroundBreaker fit into all that?
GroundBreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the GroundBreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Oh, man, I would not want to be stuck on a spaceship all the time.
Glad to help.
I don't think. Of course, I don't know. You might see interesting things in space, I guess. Maybe. I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
All I need to know about work.
All right.
Looking for a drink. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Okay. Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying GroundBreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
What can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for GroundBreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
There's tension between GroundBreaker and the board?
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it, but what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new GroundBreaker and put us out of business.
That's probably what would
The
happen.
board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
See you around.
Be seeing you.
I kind of... It annoys me a little bit that you can't ask them everything. But at the same time, it's kind of cool because you sort of have to pick and choose what you want to talk to about, like, carefully. So... Can we use this terminal? I guess we can. Docking Bay Arrivals Terminal. Main menu. Records. Arrivals. Cleo Freighter hauling Tobaccorn. Dues paid. Rizzo Freighter hauling Purpleberry. Everything. Dues paid. Freelancer. Possibly Sublight. Dues paid. Freelancer. Definitely Sublight. Dues waived. Unreliable. Business unknown. Impounded. Hawthorne ship. But no Hawthorne. Wonder what happened there. Departures. Freelancer Sublight. Freelancer none. Deadbeat at the Rest and Go insisted once again that he's part of the crew, but they acted like they didn't know him. Spacious Choice Freighter delivered Callahan's new mask. Callahan's new mask. Turn to route. Messages. From GB Security, subject these conditions. We'll go right here. Actually, no, here. Dissatisfied user 70 from GB Security, subject read these conditions. This is a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station, and no one thinks you're real. And if you are, welcome to the Groundbreaker, asshole. Oh, shit, I should have read this first. Aren't fit for crusty pigs. You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? I am a company man, and I demand company accommodations. Auntie Cleo would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated her two-time employee of the month. Yes, that is me. You signed a social contract when you gave me clearance to land. I asked for what is mine by right. Room to breathe, a heated berth so I can walk around barefoot, and service with a smile. You've given me 1 out of the 3. I'll give you until I hit send to rectify this error. Subject, harassment. Hey, I landed like 15 minutes ago, and this crazy guy with no shoes on has been throwing shit at my rig. Like, actual shit. Can I open fire or what? Don't bother. We're on our way. Oh, man. Wonder if that was the guy that was in the first message. Alright, well, I figured that'd be a security terminal, but I guess not. We discovered a workbench. A quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Okay.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Wow. I don't know if I don't really want to talk to him about anything right now.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
I bet somebody does.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Does it?
Graham?
Does it? Because ID card. Anybody looking at me? Alright, quick save. ID cartridge. You have found an ID cartridge to use with the holographic shroud. You will now be automatically disguised when entering associated restricted area. Yay, that's what I needed. So where is the restricted area? Is that straight through here? Oh, that's his ID card. Shouldn't left it laying around, dude. Let's see what happens. Wow, look at this place.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
This is
Purpleberry Fudge, a soft sour candy shell around a sweet purpleberry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Okay, that's awesome. We're gonna go in there because that place looks freaking cool. But first, it said we were in a restricted area, but I don't see any restrictions anywhere on anything. What if it's through those doors? Take that stuff. Back up.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Wow. Who are you?
Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order.
Halcyon News. Chairman salutes Earth Minister Clark. Chairman Rockwell took time out. Jeez, man. I cannot read this morning. Chairman Rockwell took time out from his busy schedule today to talk to us about Minister Clark and his impact on the colony. Working with Minister Clark has been truly wonderful these past 8 years, he said. His predecessor did a fine job, but Clark's brilliance cannot be overstated. The early retirement program is just the latest in a long line of initiatives he has spearheaded that will ensure Halcyon continues to be the envy of all the outer colonies. We couldn't agree more, Mr. Chairman. Better be careful not to steal anything. Halcyon News media circus surrounds circus time clowns. The politics of Tossball have grown increasingly turbulent of late, with the circus time clowns trading out every single member of the team. Asked to comment on the upheaval, the Owners League released a statement saying that the clowns' failure to reach the finals was a deciding factor in their organizational rearrangement. When questioned about the values of this overhauled team, a representative from the clowns stated that their goals remain the same as ever. Toss, ball, win, repeat. Okay. Right. Okay, no name, can't talk to you. What is this? Purpleberry Bunch. Nothing. Steal rest and go keycard. Steal that without getting caught. Again. Nice. Alright, so what is this key card? Let's look at this real quick. Rest and go key card. This key card grants access to locked rooms and safes in the rest and go on Groundbreaker. Issuance of a key card in no way implies that management accepts responsibility for the security of rooms or belongings at the rest and go. Do not lose. Seriously. Do you know how much it costs to rekey a safe? It's not cheap. Also, we got the Marday ID cartridge that we use with this thing, holographic shroud, which I don't know how to use yet. I guess I put it on. Nope. How do I use a holographic shroud, I wonder? It always projects a holographic image of the user and makes for an effective disguise in the right hands. I don't know how I use it. I don't see any hotkey for it or anything. Well, let's go in here and see what this place is. Man, this is so cool. Look at that.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
I talk to this thing.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Bet you do. Who are you? AD drone.
You don't pay your docking fees, your ship gets seized. I seen it happen.
Alright. I believe you.
Hasn't been deader than usual around here. Chief wants to reduce board traffic, give tram freighters more paths.
Are there enough tramps in Halcyon to make up the difference?
Take another look at that half-empty docking bay and tell me what you think.
What is this? Let's go in this place first, the rest and go.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the Halcyon colony. We all want new neighbors from time to time. Our studies have shown that a controlled population is inversely proportional to consumer happiness. Fewer colonists means there's more paradise for the rest of us to enjoy. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's
I guess
no
that's
I
true,
in
to an
news,
extent.
no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
Hello, Milo.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
You got jokes. I'm looking for Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
Mm-hmm. I got you. How's life on Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does the Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
You mentioned Sublight?
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
So that's a real person? I'll be on my way, thanks. What is this thing? This cash register? Yeah, I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna mess in that. I'm glad they made it where you can kind of just move through people. Is she supposed to be...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Crossbow finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and
I don't have time for this.
how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage.
Kind of surprised that that we don't get in trouble for shooting around here, but...
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match?
Who's
No
talk?
one? Really?
Who talks? Squatter's Journal. I served on 2 corporate freighters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. Wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. Wasn't my fault no one checked the crew manifest. Wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless, and bedless. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm Groundbreaker trash, and that's how I live. And if no one agrees to take me as a crew, I suppose that's how I'll die. Suppose I'll be taking everything you own, which isn't much, but it's mine now. It's always nice to find armor parts. Where in the world is this taking us? Oh, trespassers will be shot on sight and fined. Holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shroud is activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. Okay. So we got to be really careful about how far we go. I'm not gonna steal all this stuff unless I see something really cool. Really not much in here. Let's see what's in here. Wow, it's gonna take a lot of things.
Great work.
Thanks. Appreciate it. There's nobody in here anyways. What is this? Like, been doing surgery in this back room? I don't really understand what this room is all about.
Looking sharp.
Thanks.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Sometimes. They are following me, aren't they? I don't really know where I'm going here. Okay, God.
To the last Ratodon rutting time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Alright, I'll go. I don't know who that is. Okay. Pick up Marde ID cartridge. Another one? I'll take that.
Does Dr. Mfuru ever take a day off?
Miss Doyle isn't having any visitors, even friends.
Yeah, I noticed. Patient's medical chart. Just laying out here for everybody to look at. Patient experiences unusual side effects post-hibernation after his latest voyage. Complaints of longer days and increased boredom. As if time itself is slowing down. I've never seen complications this severe, and I'm prescribing a high dosage of stems. While I'm optimistic that I can address the symptoms, the cause still troubles me. I'm going to try reaching out to this conveyor cruise and some corp doctors I know on Terra 2 for answers. Update. I've learned that the interstellar crews call this condition skip flu, and everyone I asked says they know someone who had it. In extreme cases, they say the person's body and mind break down entirely. Bored medics. The few who bothered to reply insisted the patient was making it up to shirk their duties. I don't believe my patient is malingering, but how do I prove that when the board won't even review my evidence?
You want something, you'll need to ask the doctor.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself,
Sure.
You'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler told me to tell you to get off his ass about your shipment. Wheeler says your shipment won't be coming in soon. What's going on?
I'm expecting our delivery fellow to stop through with medical supplies and service auto mechanicals. Name's Captain Irion. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
What do you need mechanicals for?
Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on GroundBreaker.
Why's that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on GroundBreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Looks like we'll be heading towards Scylla at some point then. Oh, the terminal. Ellie. She's,
You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
I know a way you can get in.
Something I can help you with?
Can I buy supplies from you? You seem well stocked.
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
Makes sense. How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on GroundBreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
See you around.
Take care.
What about you?
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
I don't guess.
See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie? See. Wait, you don't even like her, but you're checking on her?
You say that like it's weird.
But why bother?
Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, I think she's back there where we were just at. Let's read the terminal. Be interesting. Messages. To Captain Orion. Subject, where are my automechs? Okay, this is from the doctor. I need a status update, Orion. Or Orion. I know you boasted about the silliest shortcut, but could you maybe venture through a pocket of space that isn't infested with pirates? You know, pirates. The ones who love cargo and hate rules. Here in Medbay, we've got blunt tools, watered-down meds, long shifts, and shaky hands. Don't let me down. Staff shortage. I'm at my wit's end coordinating with any authority outside of the Groundbreaker. The board won't dispatch a surgeon unless Julie agrees to share a third of all docking revenue. And Spacer's Choice won't send supplies unless we make an exclusive deal to use their products. No thank you. I've seen enough shoddy needles breaking off in patients' arms. I need to chat with Julie about this, but she has problems of her own. Some of us are growing concerned about the cost of Groundbreaker's independence. So, I think we need to go back in here and see if we can talk to this person. Now, if we go back in here, is it gonna... Okay, good. We can go in here. Operating room, quarantine. Just act normal, just act normal, just act normal.
For the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body.
Ugh.
Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She is worried about you a lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Alright, you guys follow me around.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you?
No.
See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Okay. So what did you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yeah, you think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay?
No.
I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm.
Wow.
Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Okay. Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udom for you. I gotta go see him
Thanks for
anyway,
helping
so
me
why
with the
not?
board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Alright. That's locked. Why is that locked? I don't know if I can pick this. Let me try something. Try to pick this with them here. They didn't see me. Okay, well that was just a test, really. That's back into the operating room. And that's about all there is to see here. Okay, cool. Alright, well, pretty much done in this area. Let's go back to where we were. Spacer's Choice. Oh, there's the weird moon dude. Martin Callahan. What a weirdo that guy is. That'll come in handy later, I think. Alright, let's talk to this guy, see what he's got going on.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Dennison will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you.
I believe you.
Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Taste the freedom.
He just loves
Lot
his
of
job.
Slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
You work for Spacer's Choice? Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Probably not. It's not so bad. They're struggling, but they've got good hearts. You aren't missing much. It's a dump.
Not the word I'd use. I think of it more like a, no, I take it back. Dump sums it up nicely.
Well, I liked it fine enough.
Well, then why are you with me and not there?
I'm sure they're doing their best. That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
I gotta ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
You doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
You see in there?
I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
You miss eating solid food.
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of GroundBreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
Well, he toeing the line, ain't he? Do you have to sleep with that on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Does Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program.
He's just completely...
At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Oh, man. Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
God, man, he hates his job. I am addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Well, we finally broke him. Sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
See what you got for sale.
Have a look.
Probably not really anything that I care about, but... Got a bunch of these things. You asked for it, you got it. A genuine Spacer's Choice Moonman helmet based on the most popular mascot in Spacer's Choice marketing history. Enjoy. So a gun mod, fun times barrel, range weapon mod, barrel, increased critical damage dealt. Oh, he's got quite a bit of mods here. Chrono field, aggregator. Gadget, restore some of your TTT meter when you deal a critical hit. This effect has a cooldown. I'm gonna wait on getting any of these right now. How much to repair everything, I wonder? It doesn't say how much it costs to repair everything. I'll find some. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find somewhere to lean my phone up. There we go. So I can see if anybody says anything. 26% discount though. 8,000. Oh no, 529. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna leave you alone now. Let you enjoy your life. So somehow we missed something here.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following film.
What's up here real quick?
You ever hard up for work? Try Sublight Salvage. Good pay if you
Shunts. We'll take both of those. They're free to have. Plain and pure water. We got another. Go toss ball cards. Nope. Let's see what this guy. Does say anything to
Don't
say?
look
Nope.
funny at the crew. Heard they toss folks out the airlock if they don't like your face.
Okay. Noted. Rest and go guest terminal. Pay to view movies. Pay to view serials. Access guest messages. Oh, this is okay. Pay to view movies. Note, pay to view is restricted to diamond level guests, but feel free to peruse our catalog. Entertainment cartridges are available for rent at the main desk. There are currently 0 cartridges in stock. My big canid friend. Synopsis. A lab-grown giant canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friendships are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 11 for fun times, simulated rampage, and body count. 11. Nanner Spank. What is that? 7? Primal Affections. Raised by wilderness primals, one man will leave the jungle he knows to explore the one he doesn't. Keystone. He comes for Nanner Spank, but he stayed for love. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature, or will she awaken the beast within? Rated PACNS for passion, anthropoid pod, and consensual nanner spanking. Okay. Pay-per-view serials. Blah, 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 blah. Same thing. Backing with Adina. What's a cereal? In this time-honored culinary classic, Chef Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from the book of approved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey your head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss in her kitchen, and she can be the boss of yours. If the walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. 0G cyst lancing, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next, on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights for steamy suspense. Serial, I guess, is like a soap opera or something like that, I assume. A seasonal show, basically. I don't know if I've ever heard them called serials before. Roderick's Brood. An ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary, while Lucia works in the factory canning process. Borst, her ham-handed husband, cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Roderick's Brood is a testament to the less is success family lifestyle. Alright, family messages here. Let's see. From Rizzo, Veritas. I guess we'll go here. Please stop. From Rizzo PR to McReed G. Please stop. Mr. McRed. We have reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavor for Rizzo beverage. Even if we were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. From Veritas, Iceman. Subject space for the ISCC. Icy, it's been a while since I heard from you. You're on that long haul out to Deshkova right now. Hope it goes well. I got a space for you and yours to meet when they get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and safer than the bar. Should be able to accommodate most of your folks. No fees or nothing. Just let me buy you a beer. And from Veritas, Iceman, subject be careful. One of the UB's squillers came asking for you. Wanted to know what you like to drink, who you talk to, what your temperament's like. Tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her to pack up lies. Told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in. Don't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. And nothing there of any really valuable information. All right, let's go down here and talk to whoever's in here. Gladys. Hello, Gladys.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, GroundBreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
I might be interested in an opportunity. Well, I'll have to, because 10,000 is a lot. Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the GroundBreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
no qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the GroundBreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Maybe it's some sort of automated message.
Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide.
They're hiding something. Won't they be liable to shoot on sight?
Quite the opposite, I believe. Nothing terribly secret about gunfire, is there?
I guess
if you
not.
should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
My services don't come cheap.
Neither do mine, dearie. Old Gladys knows the value of good work. You'll be compensated accordingly, I can promise you that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
You can count on me.
Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Absolutely. What other jobs you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, GroundBreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
I want to talk about that opportunity you mentioned. Let me see what you've got for sale. I want to talk about that opportunity you mentioned.
Yes, dearie?
What did you want me to do again? Oh, yeah, I know.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Grandma. Okay. All right. A few more things we got to do here. Why does it want me to go talk to her again? Let's see what's in these drink machines real quick. Ooh, new outfits. I won't worry about that right now. The Lost Hope. I'm assuming this is like a little bar or something over here. I would be right. Some type of eating establishment.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brand.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
All the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time?
What's this heat issue I hear people complaining about?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
It might be your thermal control system's busted. That can happen if it's not tended to from time to time.
I don't really care what the issue is, kid. I just want it fixed. Sweat's starting to make me chafe in places I shouldn't be chafing.
Thanks for that. What do you need radiators for?
They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight down the promenade.
How long's it been like this?
Weeks? I lost track. Too law-damn long.
Who's in charge of fixing it?
Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up.
Maybe I can do something about that.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
Yeah. What do you know about Chief Junlei?
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that.
Let me see what you got for sale. Probably
ain't
nothing
I
that I'm
got?
interested in. Lots of things, but not interested. Okay, well, we were going to go talk to her anyway, so...
Hey, Mr. Vicar. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Bridgewater? For that ocean stink?
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
Optional Lost Hope keycard. I have it. Why can I not get in the door? Maybe I don't have it. Jeff.
Talk to Vera if you need something. She's
Okay.
usually behind the bar. I try and keep the place clean in case Chief Tennyson stops by.
Well, you should do that anyway since it's an eating establishment, but, you know, that's just me. Near.
I'll be just a moment.
Alright, well.
This is Halcyon News.
In place. Bell shells discovered.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip?
No.
That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
What's the benefit of modifying my weapons?
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
How do I attach a modification? I already know how. If I change my mind, can I take a mod off or replace it? Can I find modifications to void the warranty? Does modifying a weapon void the warranty?
A what? Sorry,
what?
Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics.
what?
And WARRANTIES tops the list.
Yeah. That's all I need to know.
So, what can I get you?
Nothing. Nothing, thank you very much. Do you have, no, I can't get back there anymore. I mean, I can, but I have to pick the lot.
I hear scary things about Monarch.
Waste disposal. Alright, well, let's go see if we can talk to, Man, there's a lot more here than I thought there was. Jeez. Public terminal. Public notices. Wow. Down on my luck. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into GroundBreaker on a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times and 130, so he's been here for a while. I'd like to know who he was and if I can help him. Looking for work. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get another freighter. I had planned on taking one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find a way, and even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the outer world routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Ship impounded. This is a general notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the gaudy building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail, especially hate mail. If GroundBreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees, and don't bother my people, JT, regarding the food situation. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of GroundBreaker's vitals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet of spratwurst and borst, but that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then we're not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meat. Lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard, last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. Recent messages. Welcome, Administrator. From Iceman to IS Conveyors Collective. Subject Conveyors Rights. Hi all. So I just got off ice from a round trip to Dashkova, 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we thawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire GD week waiting for the breath of this law-effed bolt bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses. A family I don't see often enough, debt you wouldn't effing believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here, and I'll respond when I get back from Jinsan in 3 years. Iceman out. From Buchanan Kitty to Wildcat Group, subject Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get that old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-ranged haulers. Some of us have gone corporate. Some of us are likely dead. And some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message. But I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with my family gatherings and post-job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. From Tennyson J to all engineers. Anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days, and where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Goying taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. Did I miss something here? This measure is no longer accessible at your clearance level. Your attempt to access the measures has been logged. Okay, alright. That's weird. I mean, we looked at it once, right? Halcyon.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Let's go to engineering real fast. Greasy? Engineering.
Something the matter? Just passing through. Minding my own business.
This is how
Those XF411s?
Maybe.
And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Well, let's go ahead and talk to her and see what she's got to say.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Mark, nice place you got here, Chief.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll do whatever I can to help you keep the peace.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Once I get out of impound, I'm bound for Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Ravati, you wanted to talk to Junli. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
No need to be so formal, Parvati.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Anything. Parvati, don't be so shy about requesting time off if you need to compare notes in person.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Sorry.
Thanks, Junli. I had some other questions for you.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
There's something else, actually. I heard you're having a heat problem. What's going on?
GroundBreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for compromise? Surely the board doesn't want the GroundBreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, GroundBreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate. How do heat radiators work?
A simple question with a complicated answer. One that I unfortunately don't have time to give, not with our situation being so dire.
I could explain that for you later, Captain. I mean, the general principle. Not like these particular radiators.
Okay.
You're smart to keep an engineer on staff, Captain. In my experience, all the good techs steer clear of freelance work.
Is there a way I can help?
We'd be grateful for your assistance. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays. Am I supposed to know where that is? How do you know that the parts are still there? There's a catch, right?
The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Can't get these parts anywhere else.